Guess who's back? Back again. Headrek's back. Yeah, friend.
Please,
Guess who's
please,
back?
yeah,
Guess
but
who's
please
back?
tell your
Guess who's
please
back?
tell your
Guess
friends.
who's back? Yeah, as you can see, I'm a big Slim Shady fan. Hello. Hello, Alan.
Hello, everybody, all you cats and dolls out there.
All you crazy cats and dog people. Yeah, yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, we're back. We were off for a while because we had a few things we had to do, but now we're back. And we are still
With
head
a
wrecked.
bang.
With a bang. We're still head wrecked. Our heads are still wrecked. You can still get us on. Alan, you do this bit because I can never remember it, and I definitely can't
Either
remember
can
it now.
I. Oh my God, it's been
What's
so
our
long.
Instagram?
Head
Head
underscore
underscore
wrecked.
wrecked.
Give us a like, a poke, and a follow. The poke is for personal reasons. The like and follow would be nice. And don't forget to comment on any posts we put up, all one of them.
Yes,
That'd be
so
nice.
when we put up a post in 6 months' time, make sure you comment on it. And if you want to email us, which a few people did while we were on hiatus, but we
I
mightn't
think some of them
read
might be out
them
of
because
date now.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
some of them.
well out of date.
What wrecks
Absolutely
me
well out
about
of
Christmas?
date. Do you know what's
Or,
we're
since
bad
the
about
Roman
Valentine's,
Empire
lads?
fell.
So you can email us at thelads@headrec.com. It took me a second there. I was like, fuck, right, okay, right. Yeah, so Alan, how has your few months been since
Yeah, it's been a
since
while.
the
Since
last
last
one?
a year, since last year. Since last year.
Yeah,
We've had
yeah.
Christmas,
There's been a lot. There's
we've
been a
had New
lot.
Year's,
Yeah.
we've had Valentine's Day, we've
We've
had
had
St. Patrick's
Thanksgiving.
Day,
Thanksgiving.
we have Thanksgiving. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, we had
yeah.
Thanksgiving before
Um,
all them.
we're about to have Easter, so we were all right. We can cover that. What else? That's it.
We had a couple of Fridays, a couple of Saturdays,
Yeah, a couple of
and
bank
all year.
holidays.
And of
Yeah,
course, there are other days of the week available too for you to
there are
enjoy.
a few. There are a few. And if you forget one, your head will surely be
That was my
wrecked.
birthday. My birthday as well.
Did I miss your birthday? I
Yeah,
missed
you
your.
did,
When
but
was
it's
it?
fine.
Did I?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about
Did I? When?
it. Over it.
Okay,
That's what wrecks me head.
everyone, you're hearing it here first. Happy
It
birthday
was like 4 months ago
to
now, so
Alan
yeah, it's
four
fine.
months ago, and you missed mine 4 months ago as well. So we both missed each other's.
Please stop
We're
singing, otherwise you have to pay royalties on that
yeah.
song.
What date? What month is your birthday?
I'm not saying that to the public domain. My accounts would be hacked.
What
Oh,
month? Okay,
what's your
what
mother's
month?
maiden
What
name as
month?
well?
What month?
December.
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 Yeah, well, you missed mine in November, so whatever.
I'm pretty sure I
I'm
sent you a
ending
text
this
about it.
call. I'm ending this call now. I was very head
Anyway,
wrecked
I
that
don't think
day.
people care about our
Anyway, no,
birthdays.
they don't. They
No.
don't. They want to know what's wrecking our heads. And we've got loads, right? Because we've had
Yeah.
time to think of a few. And I thought
Yes.
of so many and I forgot so many. But I
Same. I
know
had to
you
WhatsApp myself.
did you? Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. I wish I had to remember that. Yeah, well, tell me one then while I think of one. Well, I can
So
think of
I'm
one
gonna
now,
start.
but it's going to annoy
Go
you.
go first. You want to go first?
No, I
No, it was
don't.
annoying.
Go.
I
No,
have a comical one. I have a bit of a funny one first. Here.
start with a
John is
comical then.
shaking his head, but
I'm
because I
shaking my
use
head.
terrible Zoom,
Go.
his
Let's
face just goes
start with
blurry.
the start
Yeah.
start with yours.
It's
Go
like
on.
some weird
Go.
Moby video from 1997.
Go.
So
Moby. Yes.
something that
Jesus,
really,
where
really,
did he go?
let me build the story behind this. So I enjoy cooking, as we've mentioned before on previous podcasts, pods, shows. What would you call it? Podcasts?
Podcasts.
Podcast? That just seems a little
Podcasts.
bit.
That's not that long ago since the last one that you've
No, that
forgotten what you
seems
call it.
just a little bit full of yourself. Going,
Pods.
well, I was podcasting. Anyway, on the previous listening things, spoke about food. And so I would cook very regularly. And this happens more often than it should. So I put the oven on, I put the stoves on, I put the pots on, and go, great, fantastic. Come back by 15 minutes there going, why is nothing cooking? When, oh yeah, I never put a switch on the wall. Racks my
Ah,
head.
yeah,
I forget to
yeah.
put the main switch on the wall more often than I actually care for. And I'm wondering why my carrots have gone all mushy. And that's not a euphemism. I wonder why my carrot has gone all mushy if that's on top
Well,
of the oven.
I see, to me that sounds totally ridiculous that you would forget how to turn on the switch, but that's only because my wife makes 99.99% of the dinners. So
Do you even know what a switch is?
when I'm doing it, I know I'm doing it, if you know what I mean. And thank you, my wife, for making all those dinners. Um, but so when I'm doing it, like, do you know, I'm doing it.
But what
It's
about the
like when you're
dishwasher?
having
Haven't you
your
ever got the
dump, you're
dishwasher
not
as
going to
well?
forget to wipe. Do you know what I mean?
Might forget to, have you ever forgotten to flush and
Oh,
come back in?
oh,
You go back in, you lift up the seat, you're like, you're about to give out to one of the kids, and like, Wait, no, that's mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Alan.
And it's like, and it always looks like, and you kind of, when you're there, when you've done it, it's fine. But when you go back in a half hour later, you open up the lid, you're like, it looks like, you know, when you go to a pub and the toilet has been flushed and it's backed up with a yellow tinted toilet roll with
Yeah.
shit stains everywhere. And you're
Oh,
going, did I make that mess? Yeah,
I
yeah. So you forgot to
really,
flush the toilet.
yeah, it has happened, and I can't believe we're what I can't even. What are we? 3 minutes into this?
No, yeah.
3 minutes. There's been a gap of a few months of us straight into shit talk.
Well, we all shit, you know. But even still, like another switch. I forgot. Like, I mean, for those of you based in Ireland, you'll be very aware of the old immersion switch. Do you ever forget to put the immersion on?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same
Yeah,
rationale. You're getting
yeah,
why the
yeah,
water cold? Like, oh, I never put it on.
yeah, yeah. But that's worse than than forgetting to put on a switch because like when you put the immersion on, you're putting it on because you're all doing the family. But well, when you years ago
Why
in
am
the
I talking in the bath at the same
no, in
time?
the 90s and
Their
the
family
80s, it was
bath.
like you put on the immersion to run the bath.
Yeah.
And it went from oldest to youngest who gets the
For like a
bath first to
pound a
the
minute.
oldest. So like I was third last child. So like I was walking on the scummy water when I got my bath. It was
With
like
all the hair
everyone's arse
floating
and bits
around the
had
water.
been in that water and washed themselves. So
Yeah.
it was rotten by the time I got to it. Um,
And the weirdest thing was most of them had moved out, yet you were still coming, they were still coming back to have the bath and you were still climbing in the baths
they were
afterwards.
delivering it. Yeah, yeah, they were delivering the scummy water all the way. I was heating it up. It was brilliant.
Big milk vats
So
of just
economical.
bath scummy
So
water.
economical.
Like a weird, with a weird pube foam on the top layer of the bath.
Do you, do you
With a
remember?
small gap in the middle where you can see your little penis in between the little gap, shriveled up because the water's gone cold, and of everyone else's bodily fluids and sweat and dead skin cells
I do
absorb
hope someone is not listening to this over breakfast time. You know,
or in the
morning
bath.
breakfast radio, if you will, or a bath. Yeah, nice relaxing
Yeah,
bath.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And if you are going for a shit currently, make sure you flush. It's
do flush
community
because
duty. And no,
you
again, no
community duty,
duty, duty, exactly.
duty. Come on,
No,
come
yeah,
on. You used to be sharper than this.
no
Last
pun
year you were
intended.
way
No, no, I
sharper.
tried to say it. I forgot what the word pun was. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, yeah. That was the
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. So the thing that wrecks my
Well,
head regularly is I'm making dinner and I go back in 15 minutes there going, great, my potatoes should be boiled and they're not. I'm like, going, why not? And I haven't turned on the switch. I'm like, for God's sake.
what's your favorite
It just
potato?
delays everything.
Do you have potato brand or make that you like? I like
Whatever one's the
roosters.
cheapest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
and mainly baby potatoes because actually what wrecks my head is having to peel potatoes just in a
You
potato.
do
I
not
hate.
peel baby potatoes.
No, no, I don't peel potato. I don't peel baby potatoes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the other potatoes like
yeah.
roosters and pipers and Morrisseys and Gavins and whatever they're called and
Well, the funny thing is,
turnips.
you do you have the peeler now? Obviously, I can't show people, but you know the kind of one where you go, you're not using a knife. Some people use a knife
I
at the
use a
risk.
knife.
Okay, well,
I
you know
use
the peelers where
ceramic
you can go
chef
one way, but
knives.
apparently you can go both ways with them.
Yeah,
I've never
you
tried
can.
it.
See, the problem I have with shaving potatoes, with yeah, shaving potatoes, skinning potatoes is because I use a knife. The potato starts off like the size of a grapefruit, but by the time I finish peeling it, it's about the size of a small nectarine or a
There's
small
so much
tangerine.
waste
It's
doing it
and I'm
with a
going,
knife. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's so
yeah. But
angular. So that if you're spinning around the pot, it's like an uncut diamond. Only parts of it will get the flavor that you're trying to get on it.
yeah, yeah, like a well-used bar of soap.
Yeah,
That's what it looks
yeah,
like. But the thing
including the
is,
cubes.
apparently, if you get all the skins and you soak them in water and then you put them in oil and throw them in like an air fryer and stuff like that, or deep fry, you can make like crispy potato skins.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I
I tried
realize
potato
you do
skins
less
and
than 1% of any
yeah,
form of
okay,
cooking,
that's fair
so this is
enough.
probably dead on you.
And that's fair enough.
I do
And
all the
it
cooking here, so
yeah, I know. And I do feel bad about it. But when I do a couple of dishes that I like really well and they
Weetabix.
do like them, you know, yeah, Weetabix, which
What's your specialty? Sorry, go on, finish with your Weetabix.
no. Well, it's actually coined Brycer by my son, he called it, which is beef and rice. It's teriyaki
Beef and rice.
sauce
Oh,
with
nice.
beef and some veg and
Rice.
some spices and rice. Yeah, we'd never have guessed it.
No.
And sushi ginger, you know, the kind of sweet
Oh yeah,
pickled
yeah, yeah,
ginger
yeah,
with the
yeah.
in the juices on top
Do
as
you like
well.
sushi?
Eh, I
Oh,
like non-fishy sushi. like in a sushi bar, you can get, Alan's laughing at me here. Look, okay, right.
You can get chicken. You can get chicken katsu sushi.
I like um sushi, but I like, how do I say it? I like fish, but I don't
But
like
not together.
seafood, and I don't like fish
Ah, get
or
out of this.
prawn that tastes like salty water.
No.
I like freshwater prawns, and I like fish that doesn't taste like salty seawater that you drank when you
Is there
were
such a thing
10.
as freshwater prawns?
Yes,
I thought
yes,
all prawns live in the sea.
no, no, the ones that you eat now, none of them are probably even in the sea. They're on little farms.
Yeah, but the farms
The-
are in the sea. It's not in some fella's field in the back.
Well,
A hot tub, couple of
okay,
prawns
well,
floating
well,
around, bobbing
hopefully
across the
some
top.
of our listeners can let me know on
Email
that.
us in.
Anyway, regardless, yeah,
Subject
email us in.
prawns.
So, yeah, subject line, is there such thing as freshwater prawns? I
I
don't know,
feel like I need to
whatever.
Google
It's
this.
like, when they taste
Anyway,
like
I know what you
really,
mean. I know what you mean.
and
Yeah, I
you're
know what
like
you mean.
going,
But
"Ugh."
no, I love fish. I
But
love seafood. I
but I've
love
gone
sushi.
into
So yeah,
sushi places and you can get, like, you can get
yeah, yeah,
hot beef sushi stuff and chicken or whatever. That is fine.
yeah. Chicken one.
Some
Yeah,
cold, maybe
the
tuna or
feelings.
whatever, but like any like salmon, I don't know,
Ah.
open bread,
Anyway,
an open bread, brown bread sandwich. What the fuck is that about? It's not a sandwich. It's two pieces of bread on a plate with a shitload of lettuce
yeah.
and raw salmon thrown on top. That's not a sandwich, lads. That's a
Do you know what it
mess.
looks like? But do you know what those open
I
sandwiches
do,
look
but I
like?
don't know if we
No,
should
sorry,
say it. I know
sorry,
exactly
no.
what it looks like.
Do you know when you have like I don't buy bread. I don't buy slice pan. I have a slight intolerance to bread, so I don't typically eat it. I buy probably one slice pan every 6 months, if even.
Is it an allergy, or do you just like, are you just
I break out
anger?
into a
Because
rash.
you
I'm
said you have a
not
slight
that.
intolerance, so is it just like an
Yeah, I
anger
fucking
issue?
hate
Or
bread. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
fucking Pat the Baker, the prick.
yeah, 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 yeah. There and other breads available.
And other
Um,
breads, yeah, yeah.
you know when you throw out like the heel of the bread because it's gone stale, you throw it into the
I
bin,
love that you call it a
and
heel.
then maybe
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
day later, you've thrown all your food back in on top of the bin. That's what an open sandwich looks like. A bit of bread with all like carrot peels and lettuce and tea bags
Yeah,
and whatever.
yeah,
Just on that's what
yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like.
yeah.
When you
Or
open the
like
bin, you're like, oh, okay.
yeah, you're carrying too many plates and you put one on top of the swing bin to grab the door, and the swing bin opens and the plate falls in, but you manage to take it all out of the bin. That's what an open brown bread sandwich
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
It's like on, yeah, it's
Don't
like,
get them. I
yeah,
don't get
yeah.
them.
It's like they've knocked over the bin, like, oh, it looks like a plate. That's fine.
I
That'll
want a
do.
sandwich to close between two pieces of bread.
That's what a sandwich is. Otherwise, it's
Exactly.
just,
Not two slices on a plate that you look and eat with. Who eats a sandwich with a knife and fork? That's not a sandwich. A brown bread sandwich is eaten with a knife
yeah,
and
it is what.
fork. Doesn't make
But
sense.
then our American listeners will know that they call a lot of like a hot dog is like technically a sandwich because it's inbred. Speaking of inbred, um,
What our American friends, we love you
no,
over there,
yeah,
and we hope you are still having fun over there with the presidential campaign. Oh, I think we all know who we don't want to win, but unfortunately, we might be stuck with it.
America.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Um,
John, what's wrecked your head outside
oh,
besides for
loads. You see, I
sushi
didn't
and
want
open
to
bread
start on
sandwiches?
this because if I say one word, I know you're going to roll your eyes. Plastic, right? The return
Oh my God,
bottle
that
bin.
I wanted to raise that as
Right.
well.
Okay. So for our American listeners and non-Irish listeners, and probably we've got listeners all around Europe, so you probably have this in place already. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it and how it's working in your country. But we recently got the amazingly named Return Bottle Recycle Scheme. Re-dash turn, which basically means that we can't put our bottles or our cans in a
Please
recycling
put
bin
the
that we
bottles.
pay for. No, in our recycling bin that we pay for anyway, we have to bring them to a recycling center that we put
Yes.
it, and we paid a deposit already. We bought them in the shop, and we get that deposit back in the shop or as credit, as
Yeah,
money,
but I didn't
whatever.
realize there's bottles as well. The issue that I have with it.
It's a
So
pain in the arse.
I would normally be quite a good recycler. And I don't mean that. That's what
Yeah, yeah,
that's
but
what they
we
do
said
with
that before,
that's
but
what they
you
do
end
with
up,
bikes at the end of Tour de France. They recycle
oh,
them.
fucking hell, I'm deleting that one. That is getting
So
cut out.
so I would typically be a good recycler, but the problem I now have is I have a Tesco bag full of manky tins and cans, like with a weird goo and juice in them. I've washed them
The way
out, but
you
that's
said goo,
it's
a weird goo.
we are cool. We're cool off
No, I
stop the
know
battle,
that
stop the
that's the
battle.
problem, right?
And
That
stinking. And then my cats are climbing into it.
yeah,
And I don't use enough cans. Like I'm not typically a drinker. So I only have 4 cans of Guinness Zero in there. By the time I have stacked up enough to warrant me going to now, people go, well, you bring them when you go to the shop. I barely even remember to bring a bag to put my shopping
I
in
know.
when
You have
I
to
go
buy a
to a
bag
shop.
every time. I know.
Yeah, yeah, let
Well,
alone
that
bringing a
exactly
bag
is
full
the
of, yeah.
problem, Alan, right? So I can step outside my back door, one step, and I'm touching my recycling
Mhm.
bin, and I can throw all my
Does your
stuff
recycling
in.
bin like that? And does
It
did you get
loves being
consent from recycling
touched.
it?
One step, it loves being touched. But I can recycle, and that's it. It's done.
You're done.
And I still have a shit ton of other bottles that aren't part of the scheme that have to be thrown in there anyway. So I now, like you said, have to keep bags somewhere in the house where they don't
Yeah,
smell,
yeah, yeah.
where and you can't crush the bottles. They can't be
Yeah, you
slightly
can. It's
deformed.
just not fun.
You know, but you can't or you won't get your money back because it has to be the right shape. So I've had a couple so I was there the other day with a big bag. I had 18 bottles in it, plastic bottles. This is not a
Well,
joke. The
no, glass
day
bottles. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That was when you said bottles earlier. I was thinking a glass
no,
bottle.
no,
Okay,
no,
so yeah,
the
yeah, I was
plastic.
wondering. Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
I had 18 of those, went to the machine, put it in the very last one. It stopped working. Now I got the money for it, but it stopped working. There was a queue behind me. They got really thick with me because they're like, "Is it not working now?" And I was like, "Well, no, there's no like it just
Did
stopped
you take the
working.
last 20 quid
It
out of the ATM
wasn't
machine?
my fault,
Yeah, yeah,
basically."
exactly.
So
Yeah,
today, only this morning, the new little bottles, these green ones which you can't see at home,
yeah,
but the
yeah.
green, I think it's Saskia
Neither can
bottles.
I, in fairness, because it comes up
Right.
blurred and zoomed
Yeah.
for some reason.
Well, they're slightly misshapen bottle. When I tried to put it in, it thought the
Sure.
bottle was crushed. It said the bottle, you need to uncrush the bottle, basically.
But why? They're going to be melted down or something. They don't just refill them. Some
This is
fella
the
in the back
thing.
filling them up.
So I
I
had to
don't
go
get that.
in, get a guy. He was like, no, it's because there's a little dent in the top of the bottle. And I was like, no, no. He said, no, look, there's a little dent. And I was like, no, it's not. It's the shape of the bottle. I've tried it with every single bottle. So then he said, go in and ask the manager. Asked the manager. He said, yeah, there's an issue with these bottles. So he, in fairness, he gave me the money. He was really nice about it. It's just a pain in the
Sure.
arse that if I drove to the shop, if I had
Sure.
walked with the big bottle, I was going for a shop anyway. So then I've got my big bottle of bags and my shopping that I have to carry home. How is that? That my issue is not. I am willing to do whatever it takes to recycle and make the planet
Sure.
better. Absolutely. But how is that better than me just taking one step outside
Yeah. And
my
get it
door
recycled
and
anyway.
throwing it and getting it done
Yeah.
once every 2 weeks or whatever it is? Because
Now,
I have to
now
hold the
maybe.
stuff. It's taking up space
Yeah.
in the house. I have to drive to the shop, and now
And it's going to
there's
cost
not
money for
much
you
of
to go to
it.
the shop. I know.
And then there's the fumes, the exhaust fumes. There's all that kind of thing. There is the exhaust fumes from all the vans picking up all the bottles. There's the materials used to make all the machines that crush all these bottles. To me, it doesn't make sense, right? It just does not make sense.
Yeah. Now, logically, maybe the reason being because they
Breathe.
know
I
that
can breathe.
that when people have a recycling bin, they also throw a lot of other shit in it that contaminates everything. Versus these machines are clean. I don't know, but I know it's been, as you said, I think it's been in
Contaminated, but
Europe.
everything is melted down anyway. So you're melting off the contaminant.
Did you ever think that you should get like a raw chicken fillet, stick it in the bottle, and then recycle, return, and see what happens?
Well,
It
no, because it
would
detect
work, wouldn't
it.
it? Or does
It
it wait it?
no, it detect. Why can't I say that word
If
properly?
there reads a label or
So if
something, does
there's
not.
too much liquid in the bottle, it detects there's too much, and there's a little
Or
sink.
fart into it and then seal it.
That's actually a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
Fill it up with like a combustible. Please don't do this, Jesus. We're not. This is illegal. What I'm about to say is, don't fill it up with a combustible liquid or gas. Put it in, and when it gets crushed, it explodes. Please don't do that.
No, no, but another thing is right. So everyone, when the guys were like fixing the machine and like trying to sort out the bottle,
You
oh, they
wave
were all
around
giving
from
out
the
about
fixing
it.
machine to get your last 15 cents.
I don't care. It's
I
mine. I
drove
paid
down
for it.
here at home now. I'm
I've
not going to
paid
even
for
take out
it.
my
The
15
whole
cents.
point of it is that we get it back. Now, they were very nice, but they were saying the machine is down all the time. And I've heard the CEO of Return talk about it that I think if they're on, I think it's like
Imagine being a C.
95% uptime
Of that
rate. So
company.
that's 5% down.
What's your job? I look
Well,
after a
my
company
bin,
that recycles
yeah,
bottles.
Alan, the bin outside of my back door is 100% uptime. Okay, I just lift it in and throw the stuff in.
Unless there's a bit of a
So
storm, it's like, fuck's sake, it's
anyway,
falling
that's
over.
my
And you're
rant.
like, yeah,
That's my rant. I know I
yeah.
rant about plastic a lot, but it is a big issue. But I do not like the return, but I think they're great if it works. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there could have
Too
potentially been a
complex.
better system, and it
Yeah.
should have been for more. Every single plastic bottle, every single plastic bottle,
Because
including
you know
milk,
double
everything.
recycling.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're going to
But
have to
every
recycle in one
bottle,
bin
not just
anyway.
water, not just like, why can't I throw my 2 liter milk bottle in there? There's no
Yeah, yeah,
reason.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
I
reason
agree.
at all. Anyway, there you go. Maybe there is. Maybe our listeners can tell us. There's my rant about the return recycling scheme, and we'll come back to it more because I'm sure as a month we're only what 2 months into the scheme, is
Not
it, or a
even. I
month?
think you only
2 months?
started February. I think, yeah,
Yeah,
February
yeah.
like
So there's
13th or
going to be
something.
more rants.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Right. What's your rant after that? How do you follow that up?
So this really, really annoyed me during the week, and it actually kept me awake. Kept me awake.
Okay.
Genuinely, I was awake. So I'm a big fan of,
I
you
look.
know,
You're meant to stay awake during work,
days
though. That's the
warm.
thing. So, like,
So the
you
nights,
can't
there's a
say
grand now
work
stretch in
work
the
is head
evenings.
wrecking you because it's keeping you awake, and you can't use that excuse.
No.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
All right, they just ruined the story. Anyway, so the mornings are getting brighter,
Yeah.
which is great. But again, the light comes in. I'm not a great sleeper. As a separate head wreck, I don't like bright mornings because it wakes me up too early. But this is not the point of the story. The point of this story is I'm a light sleeper. As spring comes in, all I can hear outside my window are basically all the birds wanting to have sex with other birds, with all their whistling
Oh, of
and
course, because
squawking
that's peak time
outside.
now, isn't it?
My
This time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm beginning to think is people have bought birds because it's out of weird, and I'm going, shut the fuck up. I'm going, where is the bird? It's that loud. I'm going, is it on my balcony? Am I going to look into being some weird bird orgy going out on my balcony or something? But I'm such a light sleeper, and I put headphones in listening to like grey noise going.
You don't, do
Hopefully that
you?
came out.
You
I
listen to
do. I have to.
grain,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you?
Rain
Really?
noise or
Okay.
rain sounds or storm sounds. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I need
yeah.
to do it, and I can hear the bird going. I'm going to whistle. I don't know if it'll come. I go.
Can't hear it. No.
No, it's not whistling. Okay, well, my cats are looking at me. Yeah,
It's
whistling.
the
I'm like,
pop
shut
filter.
the
When
fuck
we try and do stuff into the mic, the pop filter stops it all on us. But y- no,
they're
still
working,
not
no?
working.
No, it's just the
No.
microphone. No,
No.
no, but yeah, anyway. Yeah. So what wrecks my head is the birds looking for a ride at like 5 o'clock in the morning
It's like
outside my window. I'm like, what are you calling me for? I'm not going to give you what you're looking for.
imagine the
Go to
noise
the
outside
trees.
Coppers of a Saturday night with the birds looking for a ride.
I just thought, imagine working in a bird sanctuary, and then around kind of February, March, you walk in and hey baby, hey baby, hey baby, woo 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 woo. That's what the
Look at
birds are
my,
basically
look
doing
at
when they're
my,
whistling.
look at my.
Yeah, look at me, woo woo woo, show me that, show me
Yeah,
that,
but
woo 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 woo.
I wonder, is that a bigger problem in Dublin where you are? Like, so birds are staying awake longer and they're more confused, especially in the darker nights because they're staying up longer because of
Know
streetlights.
that feeling?
They're
Know that feeling?
no, but it's because of streetlights. They think it's
Really?
daylight.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, they're staying awake longer.
So
Um,
we
and
need
their
sunglasses
patterns
for
are all
birds,
off. So yeah, we
blue
need,
light filters, blue
yeah,
light filters for birds.
yeah. I've never
It's all
been
those
kept
birds going
awake.
on to like Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a better bird pun. I can't think of one at the moment.
yeah, because they were foul.
Oh my God.
Go on. No, I've never. That is something I can say has never wrecked my head. I've never
Really?
been
Okay, yeah.
kept away. I've heard birds, but I like it. I've a
No, not
lot
for
of
me.
green around me, so I like the sound of the birds. And we've got pigeons, white pigeons, they're not doves. They're white pigeons
Woo-hoo!
next door.
Woo-hoo!
No, they sound lovely when they're all flying around and stuff. It's nice.
Not when they're riding and looking for the bird sex in the morning.
Well, I, you know,
Here's it. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
no, and I've heard that question been asked before, on something, but no, I actually haven't. But there's many birds I haven't seen babies of. There's many animals I haven't seen babies of, to be fair.
A dodo.
Um, yeah, I've never seen an adult dodo either, to be fair. Um, yeah, I know, I like birds. I like birds.
You know, they keep me
I'm
awake.
not
I'm
letting
a
you
light
have that
sleeper.
one.
I know I'm ahead. They're too
But
noisy. I'm
so
like, shut the fuck
so
up.
tell me
My
more.
window's
Okay.
closed.
So I'm intrigued that how the sound of birds would keep you awake, but not the sound of white noise. Now
because it's
that would wreck my head.
because it's
Wouldn't.
continual noise. No, continual noise. It's my ear picks up on individual sounds versus white noise or rain. It's just constant. I don't know if the microphone's picking up on this, but it's a I don't know if it's not picking
No,
up on it.
no,
Jeez. They're not
no,
picking up on that.
no.
No. No. Oh my,
Well,
that's really annoying.
I do get when sounds wreck your head. I've a bit of tinnitus or tinnitus, whatever way you want to say it, just from
High
years of
pitch or low rumble?
high pitch, high
Yeah,
pitch,
low
and it's
rumble,
gotten
Jesus.
just the last 2 weeks. I think when I'm busy or a bit stressed out, it increases in
Blood pressure
noise level,
will
but
change as
it's
well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's quite loud. So when
Yeah.
it's quiet, that's
You really hear
all
it.
you hear. Yeah, no, you can. And
And
actually,
that's the reason why I use the background noise because I've got
yeah,
low rumble tinnitus, which is
yeah,
like a diesel engine
okay,
going boom, 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 constantly. So that's why it
yeah, yeah,
affects. That's why.
yeah, yeah. It can be stressful just hearing it. But do you ever hear that room? Isn't there? There's a room or the most
Oh yeah,
acoustic perfect room that you can make, or maybe there's only one in the world. I don't know if you can
that's
replicate
your
it, but
basement
like
where no
people.
sound gets out.
Yeah, yeah, the basement, yeah. No, but apparently people can only last like something like 5 or 10 minutes or something in it before they go mad and have to get out of it because it's just they hear their own body and it freaks them out. They can hear their own pulse, their breathing, and imagine having tinnitus, whatever, in that your head would be fucking wrecked.
You'd be
It would
ringing.
actually, it'd be going no, but even like
It would make it worse probably.
even the
Set it off.
swallowing, it's like when
Listen,
you're
this sounds like what's happening down your weird basement dungeon
yeah,
again.
no
No
one
one can hear you scream or
no
swallow.
one can hear you scream in space. Yeah, yeah. Tell me what movie had that tagline? In space, no one can hear you scream. Come
I want to say Alien.
on. It is Alien. Very good. Yes, nice. Bit of trivia there. Yeah. Yeah, no, that does wreck my head actually now that we brought it up is the tinnitus thing because I like a bit of classical music as well. Every now and again, I like a bit of mellow, and sometimes all I can hear is this really high
Wait, that came
pitched.
out. That came
Did
out.
it? Well, all right, okay. Yeah. Um,
Ooh,
Yeah, I can hear
ooh.
that. There you go. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's like really, really, really high
Versus
pitched.
mine
Yeah,
is oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get the
It
low.
is. No, it's frustrating. How did you get yours? Mine is definitely from listening to loud music. Loads. From what?
I never said anything.
Oh, I
Now you're
thought you
hearing
did.
things.
I thought
No,
you
no, 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 no. I don't know. Like my mom suffers with it as well. My dad has a little bit, so there could be genetic element to it.
Oh, I wonder
Again,
is
I
it?
think we
Yeah,
all
yeah.
listen to headphones when we're younger, equally as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it might not be a thing actually that continue on because maybe our generation we learned the hard way by not protecting our ears and now kind of
But now
people
everyone
do.
uses AirPods really loudly, and I know you mentioned this before, but when you're on the bus and you're of
I
people's
know, yeah.
headphones, like,
Yeah, it's always shit music as well. Always. Not once have I
but
overheard music next to me at an annoying level and went, I fucking love this
yeah, it's
song.
good.
Not once.
You're
Not
bopping away to it.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, but I prefer that than the people who are watching Instagram videos at full tilt volume on the
Oh my
train or the
God,
bus. You're like,
stop.
what are you at?
But do you notice it's an older generation now? There's a shift. It used to be now it's like older generations watching Facebook feeds and shorts, I find, um on public transport. The
Yeah, and
very
like watching
limited time.
OnlyFans on Dublin bus is really difficult as well. The
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
but
just buffers all the time. Like you only need like 30 seconds.
do
But
you
like
have you ever plugged into now? I know you're joking with the OnlyFans on bus Wi, but
on
have
the
you
bus.
ever tried?
But
I
it's
have
really like as a
never.
bus driver, it's really difficult to watch OnlyFans.
Get back behind the white line of jizz.
Jesus. Uh, the bell goes ding, 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 ding.
Have you ever though?
Have I ever plugged in?
Have you ever? I've never ever tried to plug in because I just said this is the one time when someone will get into my account and take money or whatever, or put money in. Even
Yeah,
better, but
put money,
yeah.
yeah. I don't really get, I've never really gotten the bus enough to have ever really needed it. Because again, I don't ever gotten the bus in the morning going into work where my phone would be in charge overnight or on the way home. And I'm kind of, again, I keep an eye on my phone battery quite regularly.
Hmm.
So it's kind of going, no, I could charge it and work. So I don't know to answer your question.
Hmm.
I'm sure I have, but like I don't carry a cable with me. Like I don't leave the house going, got my wallet, got my keys, got my phone, got my charger cable with me. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, true, true. Um, yeah, and I think anytime I've really used public transport, I'm trying not to use my phone as well. I don't use public transport a lot, to be honest. I don't. I don't have to. I don't need to. I need my car for work, but I'm trying to.
Horse and cart.
No, I'm trying to read more. That's my New Year's resolution. Oh yeah, we missed New Year's as well. That's another one we forgot
I
to
no,
mention. Yeah.
I mentioned New
Oh,
Year's
did you?
resolution.
Did you? Yeah. I mean, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to read more, and since Christmas, actually, I've read three books. I'm on my fourth, or no, I'm on my third. I can't remember now. I'm trying to read Dune. So I haven't seen Dune. Don't know what it's about. Haven't seen the first movie. I know the second
The
movie's in the
book
cinema
isn't
right
really
now.
complex though.
No, and I know it is. And I've started reading it and I've had to put it down a few times going, whoa. And I'm going to go through it. But it's like,
A lot of
I
Star
never
Wars is
read the
based
Game
off
of
Dune as well.
Thrones. I never read
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
same.
I've seen the movies and they're complex to get going because they have their own terminology. It's not just the names of
Yeah,
people, it's like their
sure.
own
Yeah,
language and lingo going on. And
the
Dune
Argonauts and the
Dune
Parabellums.
goes in so heavy straight away
Yeah,
with the
so
terms
I've
in the
heard.
book. It's like fucking hell,
My
you
brother
know?
loves Dune. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
so
no,
I
so
watched
I'm
Dune
gonna get
Part
into it.
One 2 nights ago,
Right, well, no
and then
spoilers.
I
Don't give it
watched it.
away.
No, I'm not. I watched it. I was like going. I think I know what happened. I'm not quite sure. So when the ChatGPT went, "Hey, ChatGPT, sum up as a brief summary of Dune Part One for me." I read a summary. I was like, "Yeah, no, that's fine. That made sense then to me."
All right, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
actually,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's
use
a
it as a
really good
summary.
idea. A website or a podcast or something that just sums up
Shh, don't be telling people.
that maybe I'll cut this out. Or that sums up
Movies
it's
of the week of the month. It's
yeah,
once a month. I use a movie
summarized
something.
as per ChatGPT. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, look, that's wrecking
I've
my
never
head.
read a
I'm
book,
not
by the
getting
way.
to,
Just
I'm
throw that in.
getting, never
Never read a book in my
read
life.
a book.
Never read a book. Never
Hold
even. I never
on.
even studied for any of
Shut
my
the
exams.
front door. You've never
Yeah.
read a book.
Well, I mean, I
No, but
read
in
books
school, did
like
you
the
not have
Beano
to?
and Dandy, like
No, but
back in
in
school
school,
when
did
I
you
was
not
like
have to
10,
do a
and
book? Yeah.
yeah, I
In
watched the
secondary
video.
school, did you not have to?
I think we had To Kill a Mockingbird. I never read it. I just watched the movie with Gregory Peck.
Fair enough.
Ironically, To Kill a
I've actually never
Mockingbird
read the
was great.
book or seen the movie, and I know what it's about, but I've never
I know
read it.
all I remember is Atticus Finch.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what books did I do in school was Decay and uh Lord of the Flies, which actually it's funny that we're kind of gone full circle on that, the school books, because that's one of the books that I wanted secondhand books for Christmas, and that was one
That's a good
that
idea. Actually, it's nice. Yeah,
yeah, no, it was actually
I
really cool
appreciate
to
books.
read it again. It was actually
Yeah.
wow that it was as good as I remember Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
It's really good.
I would love to be able to get into books. I'd love to get, I don't have the attention span for it. People say just sit down. I don't. Like I read a book, it's like a TV series. I'll watch and watch, but the moment I stop reading it, I'm like I'm done with it. I don't have that
I
continuation
get you. No,
concentration.
no, I'm the same, and that's the problem is my phone is getting in the way of me reading Dune
Yeah,
now
yeah.
because it's easier, obviously, to pick up a phone and
Sure.
look at shite than
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
concentrate on the book. But that's why over Christmas it was good because I committed
It's a
to
good
it. I
idea.
just turned off the
Yeah.
TV and I read. What did I read? The Time Machine, Lord of the Flies, and I tried to read Journey to the Center of the Earth, and I got, I'd say, 97% of the way, and I just got bored because I just didn't like how it was written. It's an old book,
Yeah.
to be fair. I could see how it would have been great, but I don't need to know how someone gets to Iceland on a ship over four chapters. That's what ChatGPT is for.
And you would, but that's what I'm going to use
Yeah.
GPT
That's a
for. I'm
good
going,
idea though,
summarize this,
actually.
summarize
I
that.
can
Yeah. I'm
see
like,
how the what's the word? The school system is going to be a bit screwed now with that kind of thing. Do you know? Because you can fake answers at home and when you're writing up your
yeah,
essays, but
apparently
like
this is
it's
the way.
really obviously going to come to a head when you're doing the exam, you
But
know.
like, I mean, if it, like, the whole point of AI is to make your life easier. Like, if you don't need to, and I was reading something recently, they said for the first time ever in their history is going, no one can categorically state what education or jobs we need to be doing now for in 20 years' time.
Yeah,
Because
that's
we don't,
true.
because AI,
Yeah.
because we knew like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, there was always an expectation of like,
Mm.
there'll always be banking, there'll always be doctors and blah, blah, blah.
But
But
banking has
AI has become,
gone totally
yeah,
automatic now, isn't it?
yeah,
Do you know,
exactly.
like,
You said it's gone from needing, let's say, for the purpose of maths, 1,000 people behind something to only needing 100 people behind something.
mm,
Medical stuff is you can go online, VHI app, put your symptoms. I was like,
yeah,
well done.
yeah,
You've
yeah.
got
And
whatever.
look, that's what well, no, I can't fully. I'm not a doctor. I do know a few doctors, but like they likewise put the symptoms into whatever systems they have, and it's the
Yeah.
same thing spitting out, going,
They
right,
mentioned that, yeah.
here's the suggestions, check for this. Um,
And
yeah, I mean,
we
look,
had,
if they're
we
even
had,
saying series and books and everything will all just be AI, chat
yeah.
GPT, and they are
But
to a certain extent
they are,
anyway, in ways,
yeah,
but
like everything. Like there's like I mean, there's games that there's medical devices which are AI. Like
engineering, yeah,
the
game development, it's all
we had
different.
the VHI stand in the job. I don't know if you've ever seen the VHI stand. It takes your blood pressure and you put your symptoms, your height, and it starts measuring everything and tells you like
Is this like
what's wrong
those
with you.
really, really, really abnormally tall devices that are always in
Yeah.
chemists? Like they're ridiculously
Yes.
tall, so they can measure
And
your
it
height.
has a
And there's
round thing to stick your
the
dick in. It's like
round
I
thing.
can't reach up that far. You have to
Yeah,
put a handstand and
I
then it
know.
squeezes it.
And
You're
it's
like
not. It's too tight. It needs to be a wider circle so you can get your full
keeps
dick
falling
into it.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know it's
exactly. Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Aren't they?
Well, you just
Have
use the
you
coin
ever
slot though,
used
isn't
one
that
of?
right?
Have you ever used one of those machines? I never have because I'll
In
tell
a
you.
chemist, it's embarrassing.
One of the reasons, and I'll tell you the main reason why I've never, because I've always went, oh, I'd love to go and have a look and just see if it works, checking pressure, blah, blah, blah. They're always against the wall. So you can't put your arm through the fucking thing.
I never thought of that.
They're always against the
What do you mean you
wall.
put your arm through it?
The arm of your dick.
Oh, yeah.
No, but you know,
It's like an
but you're
arm
now,
holding an
well, we
apple.
look, we can check our blood pressure in our arm now with our own watches.
But I
So
but I have a blood pressure machine here where I live. You know the one that goes I like it's the one that's a type C connector plug and checks everything. It's like you're about to
like
die.
a proper
Congratulations.
doctor one, like
Yeah,
that
proper
squeezes
doctor
your
when I
arm.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it does. Yeah, arm. Yes, squeezes your arm. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, sorry, I just got what you're. Yeah, yeah, okay. And
Yeah, no, I have
does
that.
it
I
have a
have that.
vibrating? Is this a flashlight, Alan? By any
It's a
chance?
plug-in flashlight.
A plug-in flashlight. For
Recharging four
those of you
hours
who
until ready to
don't
go.
know what a flashlight is, Google
Google
it.
it. Google it. Yeah,
You
Google.
will
No,
absolutely be
no,
entertained, and it's such a good name.
they're
Isn't that
actually
a
really,
great
really
name?
cheap. So if any of you are listening to this loudly, Alexa, order a flashlight.
Come here. It's as good as a flashlight
Oh, my
is
Alexa's
as good
talking.
as a name as the one that you came up with a couple of episodes ago for the wank glove. What was it? What was it? Oh,
Danny Glover. The
Danny
Danny Glover.
Glover.
The Danny
Danny
Glover.
Glover with two eyes. Danny with two
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My Alexa's still out trying to order this in the background here.
I can
Alexa,
hear your Alexa. Is
no.
that your Alexa going off?
Yeah. I'm gonna order like there's gonna be six flashlights gonna arrive in the door.
Oh yeah. Well, make sure you
Postman will be
send
like, here
one
you go
my
again,
way.
Alan.
Unsullied.
I can't promise anything.
I'll take it. I have a dishwasher. It's grand. Alan, Alan, you've been great. You've been great. I've missed this, and I'm glad. So look, we're about to
And
run out
welcome
of
back
time.
everybody
So
again.
yeah,
Great to
and
have you
welcome
listening
back.
again.
And we hope you're listening. We hope you are. We
And
don't know. We'll know when this goes live if they're listening.
yeah,
So make sure you
hope
get
we
us
have
on the socials, lads.
and you'd be super excited. So remember, head_rect on the socials, reach out to us, follow us, send us messages on that as well.
Yeah.
Please let
Tell
us
us what's
know.
wrecking your head, especially
We're
the
very lonely.
all the stuff we were talking about today. Make it valid in our lives because we need this. Thank you. See you soon. Goodbye.
Slow.
Bye.